Okay, real question. Have you ever walked into a place you've literally never been? And something in your gut goes, wait, I know this. Not, this reminds me of somewhere. No, this exact light, this exact moment. You even half know what the person's about to say next. Then it's gone. The feeling lets go. The room is just a room again. And you're left standing there, a little shaken, trying to hold on to something that already slipped away. And it's not a one-time thing. It just shows up. Out of nowhere, no warning, more than once in your life. Same strange little jolt every time. You've felt this. Almost everyone has. About 2 out of every 3 people say it's happened to them. It doesn't matter where you're from, what language you speak, or what year you were born. The feeling shows up anyway. We gave it a name over 100 years ago. We still can't fully explain it. That's the part I want to talk about. Not the spooky stuff, is déjà vu, because this tiny moment, this little glitch that most people never think twice about, might be one of the only times you ever catch your own brain in the act. Doing the thing it does every second of your life, quietly, without you noticing. Deciding what's real. Let me explain. Most of the time, your brain just hands you the world. You don't feel your brain putting the moment together. You just see the room. It feels finished, smooth, like it's simply there. But your brain is doing way more than you think. It's adding little labels to everything without telling you. Labels like, this is happening now, this is real, this is new. Or sometimes, I've seen this before. You never notice these labels. You're not supposed to. They run in the background your whole life. Déjà vu is the moment one of those labels lands on the wrong thing. The I've seen this before label switches on. Fully. Strongly. Like it really means it. And it sticks to a moment that is brand new. And because that feeling almost never lies to you, you believe it. For 1 second, you're totally sure you've lived this exact moment before, because the part of your brain that's supposed to say, yep, that's familiar, just went off, and it didn't bring any proof. So where does it come from? Here's the fun part. People have been trying to crack this for over 100 years, and everyone gets a little piece of it. Nobody gets the whole thing. The man who named it, a French thinker, back in 1876, thought it was like an echo. Maybe you saw something a long time ago, forgot it, and now something similar shows up. It feels familiar, but the actual memory is too faint to grab. A memory you can't find, leaking its feeling without the details. Then some famous names took a shot. Freud thought it was something buried deep, something you'd pushed down and didn't want to face. Jung reached even bigger. Some shared pool of human memory under all of us. Cool ideas, but no proof. They tell us more about Freud and Jung than they do about déjà vu. So we mostly set them aside. Then the brain scientists showed up with better tools, and the picture got clearer and weirder at the same time. Here's the clue that cracked it open. Some people with a certain kind of epilepsy feel déjà vu right before a seizure. Every time. Like a warning light. And those seizures start in one specific spot in the brain. The temporal lobe. That's the area deep in your head where memory and the feeling of, this is familiar, get made. And here's the strange part. Doctors found that if you gently zap that exact spot, you can give someone déjà vu. On purpose. Stop and think about that. The eerie feeling that you've lived this moment before, the one that feels almost magical, can be switched on like a light, just by touching a small patch of the brain behind your ear. So one group of scientists says, that's the answer. It's a misfire. The this is familiar system normally only turns on when something really is familiar. But once in a while, it flickers on by accident, with nothing behind it, like a spark in an empty room. Another group says it's a timing problem. Your brain has more than one path working at once, and normally they stay in step. Déjà vu might be what happens when one path slips a tiny bit ahead of the other, when a moment gets filed away as a memory just before you finish living it. So you meet the present already feeling like it's the past. And then there's the idea with actual experiments behind it. This is the part most people never hear. A scientist named Cleary tried something clever. She built scenes, rooms in a video game, where the layout of one room secretly matched the layout of another room you'd seen earlier. Same setup. Couch here, door there, picture on that wall. But she changed everything on the surface, so you'd never connect them on purpose. Then she dropped people into the new room and asked, "Does this feel familiar?" And it did. People felt that déjà vu tug, even though they couldn't say why. The shape underneath was familiar. The surface was new. Their brain felt the match, but couldn't find the memory. That fits something else Cleary showed years before, with faces and famous places. You can feel sure something is familiar while having no idea where you've seen it, which means the feeling of familiarity and the actual memory are two different things. You can have one without the other. So maybe that's déjà vu. Your brain feels the shape of a real memory in a place you really have seen something like before, but it can't pull up the actual memory. So you get the feeling, "I know this," with nothing to attach it to. Case closed? Not quite. Because here's what the tidy answers skip. When scientists checked whether people who get a lot of déjà vu are also better at these familiarity tricks, the link didn't really hold up. The best explanation we have doesn't fully match the people it's supposed to explain, so we don't get to act smart about this. The magical version is wrong. It's not past lives. It's not the universe glitching. There's no proof of any of that. But the people who wave it off, "Oh, it's just a brain hiccup, no big deal." They're cutting corners too. They're pretending we've solved something we haven't. Both easy answers are too neat. The honest answer is the uncomfortable one in the middle. We've got real pieces, real evidence, real brain regions lighting up, and we still can't tell you, all the way down, what's happening in that half second. So, what is déjà vu? The best honest answer we have. It's a familiarity signal misfiring. Your brain flashing, "I know this," with nothing behind it. We can find where it lives in the brain. We can trigger it. We can show that familiar and remembered are two different machines. What we can't do, even now, is explain the exact moment it fires. We've got the pieces, not the whole. And that's stranger than any ghost story, because that same signal, "This is real, this is now, this is mine," is stamping itself on every second of your life, and you never question it. Déjà vu is just the one time it slipped where you could catch it. You don't get to catch the rest. For half a second, you saw your own brain working. And then, like always, it went back to hiding.